I'm busy thinking, and when I see you, I remember all these things that happened. So I'd rather just not even talk.
Hey.
Yeah, so that's, yeah, and I know it's unhealthy. I try. Sometimes I try. I talk to myself and say, okay, today I'll talk. Today I'll say what the problem is. But then I'm like, because he's the one who did that, why can't he see what he did? Yeah. He's aware. He's very well aware because he did it. So he knows what he did. He should know what he did. When I tell myself I'm going to talk about it, then I go back and think, no, it should come from you. Or probably, if you're looking at me and you know I'm not okay, why are you not asking? Why are you not insisting? Why are you not creating time to want to know what the problem is?
I consider all that, and I must consider. No one must tell me. No, I must consider that. I must consider that you are not just. You're not just another statistics in my life. You're not just another mouth to feed. You are actually my pillar. You're my strong pillar. You're my where I lean to. God created work was to be peaceful. That was what, but it fell. Remember, because of the fall.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, now.
So work is a fallen entity.
It is a fallen entity, yes. It fell together with men.
Yeah.
With
So it can really not bring somebody satisfaction.
And then remember now the work was even turned into. Whenever the fall came, remember I told you, you'll sweat.
Yeah.
All that, briars, thistles, thorns, can push a man. It can push a man to a point, because work will never come to negotiate with work.
Yeah.
You don't work as well, and that work will also go down. It will not wait. It will not magically work itself. So it is a
Taskmaster.
and in that way, it drives you. It's a slave driver. Yeah, it requires you, and it only stops when it sees sweat.
Adam was very prosperous because he
Yes.
had everything was good
Yes.
and perfect.
Yes.
But God saw that it's not good.
In the process, in the midst of that work.
In the midst of
a good work.
Yes.
Maybe imagine this fallen one.
Yes. In the midst of a good work, God saw that it was not good for him.
To be alone.
He needed a helpmate.
Yeah.
The same for ministry.
Yeah.
Because we have men and women who have really given themselves to ministry that they forget family.
Yes.
They put ministry first,
Yes.
and then the family comes second.
Yes.
The wife even, ako huko kwa bottom. It is wrong, and this is where now conflict comes in.
Yeah.
All right. Sasa
Poa.
kwaje?
Niko poa. Nimekimbia nifikie maharaka. And also remembering that today was our day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so meeting our guests, so I'm happy to be here today.
I'm alright. Just looking forward to today's episode.
Right.
Conflict. Fights.
I raised my hand and I hit you.
Yeah, there are men and women out there whose conflict management style is violence.
So it does graduate from verbal to physical.
I don't know. I think cases are different. Probably some begin from that point.
Verbal.
From verbal arguments and stuff, or verbal abuse until it gets to that point. Have you ever hit a woman?
When I was in the wild, things were happening. The wild was controlling me. Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Yes, I did hit a woman. Yeah.
When you were in the wild?
Yeah.
You were drunk or sober?
Yes, I was drunk, of course.
What happened?
No, just what can I say? Okay, we were high, smoking, drinking, doing everything. Then we started singing rugby songs.
Rugby songs?
Yeah, rugby songs, just fun songs in their room. And then this girl comes and starts pointing at me and telling me.
So in the room you were with other
No,
people?
yeah, with other people, other boys.
Oh.
Then this girl comes and peeps, and then she points at me. I can't remember how I thought it was over because we continued shouting that song, chanting the songs. Then she left. Then I think I found her outside. She started holding my shirt. She just agreed. She was agree. She came strong on me. She started holding my shirt and holding me.
She was also drunk.
Yeah, of course she was drunk, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know her from that before that day.
Oh, so you had just met her?
Oh. Yes, I just hit her. We fought.
You fought, the two of you?
Then she didn't finish that. She left. I think we continued our drinking spree to down further town. Well, that time we were out of the country. So we went to a further center where Kenyans were living to those college days. Then I found that was her area. So she had a gang who were waiting for us. They started fighting us. Then eventually I saw her, she came to me and she had a bottle. She broke the bottle. Then she cut me
in your face.
But I beat her and I was taken to hospital. I mean I think from there we went to the police station. I reported. I don't know I don't know what happened to her, but later on I gave my life to Christ. Maybe after I've gotten healed and I'm messed up properly now after drinking and relapse and not being like kind of sick mentally and even getting my memory fried up. Now that's when I met Christ. Yeah. So I remember that one day when I was seeing off one of my roommates who was coming back to Kenya, that lady came. She said sorry. She asked me to forgive her. I was born again. I just told her, don't worry, that's okay. That's the last time I saw her.
Okay. So you've never fought somebody you were in a relationship with?
No, I'm not violent. I don't know how to do that. How do you do that? Yeah. If it's bad enough, you just quit. You just say, yeah, it's over. I don't know how to go past that.
So, we're married, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, we're married now.
So, I've been married before, you've been married before. How did you handle, I'm not interviewing you, we are talking.
It's okay, I'll do the panel.
Yeah, how did you handle conflict in your with your late wife?
Interesting enough that I'm personally one person who don't go into strife. I don't like strife. You'll never find me in strife. So if I would avoid it by either seeing your side and agreeing with your side, yeah, that would be okay for me. Yeah. I wouldn't want to really push my what I think in, and I know what you're seeing to yourself, what you're seeing in your own eyes, you're seeing the right way. Even though I'm seeing the right way, I'd rather just preserve the relationship than win a fight, win an argument. Yeah.
How do you think we are doing?
I like the way we don't keep things hidden. We say it as it is. This is what happened. I felt this way, and most of the time it's me. So it's you saying it. So it's not me. I'm not who has done something. Those things which are those things that I never spoken. I only have to ask: is there anything? Are you okay? Is there anything wrong? Because suddenly you've changed your facial expressions. You're not even interested in someone doing what they just do until you come up and say it. It takes you a little while, and that's a little while that before you say it, it makes me feel. Can't she just talk, please? Just talk. Please just talk. Don't do this. Don't do this. Yeah. So yeah, we're doing good. Doing good. We don't. I don't. Never seen us in a place where we are fighting and we are screaming and we are throwing things. Yeah. I picked up early that you're kind of mature for that kind of, or rather, maybe you had your days. Yeah, maybe you passed that. I don't know how it was with the other before me. Maybe you had days when you used to scream, and I don't know. But now you're in a place where you'd rather. Um, is it that you want it handled amicably? Yeah, let me hear from what he says. His side. Yeah.
So yeah, I am a thinker, as you know.
Yes, I know.
So when something has gone off, or so I believe that people's personalities determine how they react when
Yeah.
there's an issue, and how they react to conflicts.
So,
With my personality as introverted and somebody who takes time to think through things, so something will happen, and I've been like that like since before,
okay.
regardless of who I was with. I was still me, yes. So I would never be the person who shouts. I'd rather withdraw and not even talk to you than I'm not confrontational.
Yeah.
So for me to come up and tell you 1, 2, 3 things happen, it might take a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes so long. So what happens to me is that I think, I will think through that thing. I will look at all sides, overturn it, think about all the other ways that you could have responded. If it maybe you responded to me wrongly, or you did something that didn't sit well with me.
So you think for me?
Yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to justify what happened. Like, why did he do that? Maybe it's because, so I start saying they're wrong in me. Like, probably it's because he didn't think I deserve it.
This time the speed is very fast.
Yes. Hey. So I look at all sides, and before I resolve in my mind,
you did draw the first quite up.
Yes, because I'm busy. I'm busy thinking, and when I see you, I remember all these things that happened. So I'd rather just not even talk.
Hey.
Yeah. So that's and I know it's unhealthy. I try. Sometimes I try. I talk to myself and say, okay, today I'll talk. Today I'll say what the problem is. But then I'm like, because he's the one who did that, why can't he see what he did? Yeah. He's aware. He's very well aware because he did it. So he knows what he did. He should know what he did. That's not what we had said. We had said to do this, but he went on and did the exact opposite. So he knows what he did. So he should tell me, I know what I did. Yeah. So sometimes I'm thinking, when I tell myself I'm going to talk about it, then I go back and think, no, it should come from you. Or probably, if you're looking at me and you know I'm not okay, why are you not asking? Why are you not insisting? Why are you not creating time to want to know what the problem is? How can you go to bed and wake up in the morning and you know I'm not okay? Yeah. Why are you not insisting? Yeah. So for me to get something out, it comes from far. It's a struggle. It's usually a struggle, regardless of how big it is. I'll sit with it. I'll lament. To myself, maybe to God, but it will take so long before I speak.
Right.
Yeah. So, but we have people out there who have different personalities. Somebody is, extroverted. Like we have children who have different personalities, and we can see with them how they respond to one another, how they respond when there's an issue, how they respond when they have been treated unfairly. So all of them respond differently
Yeah.
because of your personalities. So bring this strong personality in marriage.
Yeah.
There will be shouting.
True.
Yeah, there will be shouting. There will be yelling. There will be the withdrawing, the one who withdraws. Others will be, especially, there's some women and men also who tend to belittle
Oh yeah.
their partner. Yeah, they will belittle. Probably your husband's job is not doing so well, and now you start belittling him. You're not like other men. You're not. You start comparing
Yeah.
him with other men. For men also, they can be belittling their.
So it's a coping mechanism. It's a coping mechanism to conflict.
It is a way of responding to
To
conflict.
because somebody talked about it yesterday.
Yeah.
Someone was someone. He was saying when that happens to him, he then tells the spouse or the partner then to go be with the other guy. He's comparing him, and that's when he knows I have no future here.
Mm.
Especially that when you start telling him, you see Danny has a car, even if it's second hand. Okay, can do you just be like him, a man. But even if it's a small car, even just be like that, Danny. And then he knows this now has gone to another level.
You see now, when such talks start happening, when you start excluding your partner in your life, when you can say such a thing, go be with that person. Yeah, this is it's stemming from somewhere else.
Yeah, now I'm trying to pick it. So then this lady, she just did start from that day to say
Yes, this lady left the marriage.
It's starting. It's after a very long things back to back, and eventually this note comes up.
Unresolved conflict.
So, cause okay, yeah, cause I remember maybe something else that came up was something like that. The discussion went on and on, and it came to a point that somebody was saying that the man should respect his job more than his family.
Oh.
Yeah, and the argument was that this is what sustains us. You have to love it before you love family.
Yeah. What if that job ends? Where will you go?
They were not like that. They're saying, what if this lady leaves? He'll remain with that job and bring another lady. And yeah. They're very passionate, I'll be honest with you. And looking at how they picked it up and how the conversation went that way, sometimes men have so much passion in them in regards to how am I the only one who's the sole breadwinner? And if that's the case, then it's up to even the wife to really know that I have to give 100% the work first, and then her she'll come second. And this is something they were saying, because they were saying you cannot mess with what feeds you. It's I don't know if what I picked was like most of them have a stay home mom, wife, who does not do anything else. So most of them are talking about that from that angle. This lady, amekutegemea, she's really looking up to you for everything from your everything. Just think about everything that you want. It comes from the man. Then this happens that she insists she wants romance. She wants to be taken out. She wants dinner. She wants time out. Find time for me somewhere in your day. So that's when they were saying these two cannot go together. Allow me to work, let me work.
But does this person work 24 hours? There are 24 hours in a day. Yeah. Even if it's your business, because like if it's a business, then you tend to give your 100% to the business over 12 hours. But I don't know whether there's any job that can take 24 hours in a day consistently for an entire month that you cannot even find time to spare for your wife. You see, women don't need much. You see, even if you take them to a two-roomed house, mabati house, majority of them who value marriage will be contented there. Yeah, let's manage here. Wacha tukae hapa kwa hizi nyumba za mabati. Yeah, let's live here, so that instead of living in Kileleshwa, we were paying our house rent 100K. I'm okay with us living in a neighborhood where you're paying this much, so that we are able to spare time for one another. So it actually really depends on the value that you have placed on the marriage. So if the marriage is for the children or for status, because there are some men who only want to be seen married. I have a wife, I have a family. For status, they want to have a family for their status, for their,
The ego.
for the ego.
I know that conversation there was biased because it was for all men, no single lady. But I know what you're saying. I know that part you're saying.
Yeah.
And for people who's married, I consider all that, and I must consider. No one must tell me. No, I must consider that. I must consider that you are not just. You're not just another statistics in my life. You're not just another mouth to feed. You are actually my pillar. You're my strong pillar. You're my where I lean to. There's no even as it's all that I didn't get to ask those questions. But even if you think that that he's provided and he needs to be given to give his family his work 100%, men, whether they like it or not, they have a dependency. They have that feeling, that knowledge that there's someone I can go to and feel at peace with. Someone I can go to and just receive a different kind of treatment that I'm receiving from work. Work can be very strange. It can be very apparently, unfortunately, God created work was to be peaceful. That was what, but it fell. Remember, because of the fall.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, now.
So work is a fallen entity.
It is a fallen entity, yes. It fell together with men.
Yeah. So it can really not bring somebody satisfaction.
And then remember now the work was even turned into. When the fall came, remember I told you, you'll sweat.
Yeah.
All that, briars, thistles, thorns, all that is from work. So some work can be really what can I say?
Tasking
and very can push a man. It can push a man to a point because work will never come to negotiate with work.
Yeah.
You never come to negotiate with work. You say, can I take 5 break minutes, 5 hours, 5 days break? Yet you produce the same way you produce when I'm here. You don't work as well, and that work will also go down. It will not wait. It will not magically work itself. So it is a taskmaster.
Taskmaster.
And in that way, it drives you. It's a slave driver. Yeah, it requires you, and it only stops when it sees sweat.
Yeah. Interesting enough, God gave man work.
Yeah.
Give him, the land to tender, take care of. And at that point, Adam was very prosperous because he had everything was good and perfect.
Yes.
But God saw that it's not good.
In the process, in the midst of that work.
In the midst of
a good work.
Yes.
Maybe imagine this fallen one.
Yes. In the midst of a good work, God saw that it was not good for him
to be alone.
He needed a helpmate.
Yeah.
So regardless of you having a good job and wanting to chase after it and doing everything, that you're saying they were saying, I mean, it's important to remember the reason why you have this person in your life. The same for ministry.
Yeah.
Because we have men and women who have really given themselves to ministry that they forget family.
Yes.
they put ministry first,
Yes.
and then the family comes second.
Yes.
The wife even, ako huko kwa bottom. All the meetings and everything takes the upper tier of their list.
Yeah.
And it is wrong, and this is where now conflict comes in.
Yeah.
Because if I'm feeling I am, not important.
Yeah. And sometimes you might even want to brush it and say, let me ignore. But that point where you just noticed it.
Yeah.
A different, those people are doing psychology can tell us there must be a serotonin, maybe a type of, what do you call that? Chemical that has been released.
Yeah.
Just by you seeing that things are going not the way you should
Yes.
go. A different.
Something happens to you, that it registers.
Yes, it registers.
It registers. So what happens is, the moment I already have that thought that you have prioritized work or ministry.
Yeah.
And I come second.
And you come second, yeah.
Yeah. It has registered. Though I will not say it, then I have already registered.
Yes.
The moment something comes up,
you'll always remember, no wonder.
Yeah. The moment something comes up, I tell you, we have this thing, we're going somewhere.
Then I'm like.
And then the day is here and you have totally forgotten. I will remember. Yeah. It is because I come second.
Yes.
Yeah. It is because I come second. You didn't think of me because I come second. Yeah. And so that's where now the personality will start will kick in.
You kick in, yeah.
The withdrawing person will withdraw.
Without them even knowing.
Without them, yeah.
It just happens. You enter into that space.
It affects your sexual health.
Yes.
That you wonder, why is it that your wife is not responding?
Yes.
Why she never initiates?
Yeah.
She's just there. There is something. Yeah. There's something. Yeah. Another person will just be yelling.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Just something small just triggers them and they are yelling.
Yes.
They're shouting, or others will cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, others will cry. They just start crying, and you're there not even knowing what the problem is.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a very small matter has happened. I just told you I forgot we were going somewhere, and you're crying and you're yelling. What's the problem? No, there's
baggage. It's what has been settling in Rukenya'S.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. There's something. Others will even ignore that one. Yeah. They'll say, msao, usijali juu niko ready, acha niende. That's a problem.
Acha niende?
No, see, I had told you, I already have this thing in my mind. You've put me second.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I had told you there's somewhere we're going together. We're supposed to go together. Yeah. And now the day has come. You have forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the woman is like, you know what? It's okay because I'm already ready. Let me just go. Wow. Yeah. Instead of, waiting for you by the time you get ready. It's okay. I'll represent you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You should insist. No. We were supposed to go together. Yeah. We'd rather even Uber. Yeah. If we were going to, we'd rather look for other means. Yeah, faster. Or let's call and apologize and say we're going to be late or something. But don't settle. You see, when your wife is like okay settling with something that is not okay, kuna shida. Amesema tu ni sawa. Don't worry, ni sawa tu. I'll sort it.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. The moment your wife starts settling, when you know there's a problem, and if it was a while ago, they would have not settled. Just know,
suddenly,
she's left.
She's left him.
She's left you. She's in a marriage, but she's not there.
Wow.
She will be there laughing with you, but she's not there. She left.
Wow.
So it's red flags don't end once you get into marriage. There are red flags that you need to look out for. In this way, that you're not looking for red flags so that you can get rid of as an out. No, you're looking for them so that you know, how are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. How are we doing? How is my partner doing? Yeah. How is he doing? How is she doing?
I hear you. Wow. Okay. So, do you still continue? Because you see, we were talking about how Now this ends up physical.
Yeah.
Why violence? Why does it end up violence? So so the smaller things have come up, and the man should. Let me just talk about the men, because men. This is a prayer I made the last time, and I was asking God, could you give, please allow me, according to your word, that we should live with our eyes and knowledge. Uh, my prayer was, Holy Spirit, don't let me walk alone. Allow me this knowledge, to access this knowledge, because I know on my own, mimi nikiachiliwa, on my own, I really mess up things. I really mess up things in that I know myself. I'll settle, not ignoring, but even not even noticing. Yeah, noticing, and that's why sometimes I find myself saying, "Get out of your comfort zone." So like when you can tell me we've just gotten into bed and you're like, "Hey, man, um, a husband, I'm a little thirsty." It's easy to tell you, okay, just you can go just take water, but I know if I don't, if I kick myself out of that comfort zone that I want you can still go, and I decide myself to do it. Then I realize then I'm walking into another dimension. I'm walking in a different dimension than if I told you to go for yourself. You could have gone and taken water and come and drink, and you still come back and be about sleep, and tomorrow you'll continue. But that knowledge that comes from the Holy Spirit allows me to understand, therefore, that I am meant to serve you. That one does not escape my mind every time, that I'm meant to serve you, sacrificially serve you. As a man, as Christ served the church, I also meant to serve my wife. And it's the vice versa as well. You're supposed to serve me. So, but I don't wait for your turn. I look at my turns. So that allows me to make that, therefore, to keep in that prayer. Allowing the Holy Spirit to give me the wisdom to know, to have the knowledge of how to live with you guys. We live with you. Because that, if I don't allow myself to take that kind of posture, I'll shortchange myself. I shortchange myself. I'll start noticing things which I don't like seeing, or they're strange to me, and there's a way I can get out of that. There's a way I can avoid that by just being proactive. Allow myself to be energetic. Just kick that blanket. I'll get water for you. Even if it's after, and you know how it happens. It's a late night, and all I feel is to sleep. I've been working the whole day, but I say, "Pana, let me get water." And the time I get the water, by the time I get water, I realize then, it was just a small task. It was a big deal. Yeah. And then I sleep well. And I know that day I've done something important. Now, for me to get to a point where now, where all these things, all these angles are being ignored, I'm seeing you withdrawn, but I'm like, I don't, like how somebody say, I don't bebeleze as people. I don't beg. You want to talk? Okay, it's cool with me. Let's not talk then. Take my TV and I'm engaged. Take my phone and I'm engaged. It will go down, 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 down. Maybe with time, so you find now the verbal, it started being verbal. Yeah. You can, I just shout at you and I say, things, whatever comes in my mind, I just say it. Even holding back the words that comes into your the first word can come from your mouth. Holding it back is God, is a God thing.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to ask, but then you say, no, I choose not to ask that question. I choose not to ask. Just allow it to pass. You realize you'll have sorted so much. But now, when it comes down to that point now, this man has been pushed. Not even this man, because normally the man feels the pressure from what he has been serving. Remember we said you guys are incubators.
Yeah.
I give, you multiply.
Mm.
So it's what I've been serving for so long. For me
Yeah.
to hear that a man has gotten to a point where he verbally abused. He actually is receiving what he himself had served. And now because you're good at incubation and multiplying, it has come at it has come
Multiplied,
multiplied, shaken together and
running
running
over.
over. So by the time I'm verbalizing this in words even a holy the Pope he has, cannot understand, cannot allow it. I mean, by the time I'm getting there, I'm answering to what I had already served you.
Yeah.
So people might think, I mean, you might think you have. I might say, why did you not think it would react that way if you act that way? So I might think, aren't you not also aware? It's a two-way thing. You play a part, I play my part.
Yeah.
But you see now, you I let you go into your place and said how you are a thinker. I ignored it. You get to a point when you think and it's ignored, you let it go. But it's normally registered.
It's there, yeah.
It's normally registered. Then I do another thing again. It raises up that one. Wow. Then
so we have a file.
yeah, you guys have a file. But I always believe it's if the two of us would decide intentionally that we're in this thing step by step. I don't walk 5 steps to turn to look where they leave you. You get?
You see where men leave the women
Yes.
is lack of communication. Because women, regardless of the personality, they just like talking and giving daily feedback. For you, you've gone to work. Probably when I ask you how was your day, you will tell me 2 things. Oh, I met Nani, he said da 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 da, and that's it. For me, I will have a lot to say. So and so called me. By the way, I saw this post. By the way, tomorrow we are doing what? Are you remembering what we said about December? I will have so many, no agenda, but in my many words,
There's so much you've said.
there is something I will say that if I don't, will bring an issue in the future.
Well, so that now there is where a man gets confused.
You need not to be confused. What you need to do is always create time for your wife to talk.
Yeah.
And also,
I
like
agree.
when a new day has come, or even in the evening,
Ask
questions.
Ask questions.
Yeah. How is the week? Even if you're not remembering the many words you were told.
Yeah.
What's up this weekend? What are you up to? Yeah. What's happening? In that question, even if you know there is something but you're not remembering.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just when you ask that question, she's going to tell you.
Yeah.
What's up? What did we say about this thing? What just create ask open-ended questions.
Yeah.
And then you'll not be confused.
Hey, okay. In so many words, I find it. What am I supposed to pick and what am I supposed to?
You just listen. By the way, most of the times, just listen and pick the most important things, especially the ones that involve you.
Oh, the ones that involve
the ones that involve the couple.
That's important to
Pay
you.
attention.
Not that you wanted to go for
No.
a hairdo.
When the day comes for me to go, I'll tell you I'm going. If it's me, I'll just tell you. By the way, I'm going at 2. I'm going at this time. Like for me, I always give you my weekly schedule. But you never remember.
You give me you.
I tell you.
You tell me. You see.
Initially, I used to text you. I used to tell you. Okay. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I send you a message.
The other day, a message.
Yeah, I tell you Monday I'm doing this. Tuesday I'm doing this. Of which even yesterday I had told you where I was going. Yeah. And I had texted you last week.
I confessed.
You confessed.
That's the one thing I never remembered. I couldn't even tell where is she going. Where was she? Then I find again. I'm calling. What I was like? I was calling home. I was calling home the same time you had gone. Thinking, just imagining you're at home. Then he tell me, I'm entering town. Then that's when I remembered, oh, she's coming from Umoja. That time I was calling home, I was expecting it to be. It was not registering, and regardless of how I tried to put it in my mind that you're going for something.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'd come to a place where I kept, and my mind registered that your Monday and your Tuesday. I knew a Thursday. I knew Thursday.
Thursday is constant.
Thursday is constant.
Yeah.
But the rest of the days, I never saw anything happening.
Mm-hmm.
I only remember the one which I remember the best was the one you told me about, the Monday one, the one you went to industrial area.
Yeah.
That one I did forget, that one I remembered properly. But I remember I kept asking him, how did you get there? How did you find the time?
Yeah.
But this one, this is the first
and
one.
This one I had told you even on message.
Yeah, I know.
As we were planning, even this day, let's see whether we can do this and that.
Yeah.
And you totally.
It was not registered, not at all. Even if it is registered, once I tried to register it, I'm wondering, is it now? Which is it? Chapless? Is it trauma? Is it? I was trying to understand what it is. But let's accept, babe. In the last 1 year, you've had a lot.
Being busy, but there are few constant things that I'm doing.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you've had a lot.
Yeah.
From school, Spirit of Faith, we've been having meetings. How many online meetings are they still going on?
Yeah, so we've been having every third Saturday. We have an online meeting, and then that's it for Spirit of Faith.
Yeah, so
every third or second. It's on my alarm.
It's still on, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
With Spirit of Faith, it's once a month, but then there's the every Thursday hospital visits.
That one I'm aware. That one
and then there are these others that come up. Like we just wait for schedules from like prison and all that, so it's not constant.
Yeah, that's another that makes me up.
But I tell you like a week or two in advance.
You're good at communicating. Yeah, I hear you.
So now, imagine now that is how you are.
That's where.
And then I am a person who just gets annoyed easily.
Yes.
Then this would be this would be a point of conflict.
And myself, I'm a man who, what is that to me? I don't see the heaviness of it. It makes sense to me why you're fussing about it. And I'm a man, you tell me that, my jacket, my khakis, I'm out. You've seen such people?
Yeah.
Yeah, my khakis, I'm out, and my jacket, and I go. You'll see me at 11 p.m. when you are already taking the second shift of sleep. That's when you hear me crawling into bed. Yeah. Now you can imagine that kind of couples.
Yeah.
As you say, temperament. Yeah. I know myself, I'm peaceful. I'm peaceful. I look out for no conflict. I'm very peaceful. I'd rather they call us go easy guys. That's who you are easy going with you. Yeah. And that's where I'd rather we have an easy time. So you can imagine when that will happen. I don't know how comes. It's interesting that we are all the way we are. We are all the way we have been made and how we are wired.
Yeah.
We still have a partner who can tolerate us.
Yeah.
To the end.
Yeah. That's why God is the best matchmaker. Because I'll feel bad if I tell you something that's important to me and you forget. Yeah. But I'll not make a big deal about it. But just forgetting that I was doing this.
But
but of course I'll feel like, okay, but I have told you, why did you forget? Why did you forget? It's important to me. Can't you just remember the things that are important to me when I communicate to you in advance? I don't want you to do anything about it. I just want you to be aware. Yeah, so that I know you're with me in this. I'm not doing these things alone. But we have couples out there who are in marriage and they don't know what the other person does.
Yeah, it's true.
They just tell you, me, I don't know what my wife does with her day.
Yeah.
I don't even know what she does with her money. My husband also. He just pays rent, pays fees, and that's it. I don't know what he does with his day. I don't know. He works 8 to 5. But he comes home at 11. I don't know what he does. I don't want to have that kind of a relationship.
It is. I've never seen that myself. And even in my previous marriage, I was home by 6. The later, because I was working 8 to 5, and I knew by 6 I'm home. I knew by 7 we'd be eating and 8 we are sleeping. And it was day in, day out for years. For those 8 years of my life, it was TikTok to that. So yes, I have know those 11 o'clock hours things. I know my friends back here where I grew up. I know they have moments of let's go shoot pool with boys. We grew up together, a group of boys from church, and then everyone got married similarly around the same time. So then back home, even when I go to visit my mom when she was around, I would be with them, see how they live. By 9, 10, they knew they were going to shoot pool, and that will be their get together. They laugh about things they used to laugh with them. Yeah, and that was normal to them. And it's still now is still normal to them. But actually, they're very working marriages in that manner.
Yeah.
But that's not for me.
Yeah.
Me, I'd want you to shoot pool with me. Yeah, I don't. Actually, I'd want to do these things. If I'm getting late with you, I get late with you. I want you part of my extra hours. Yeah, that's me. Because I've accepted you as my friend and my closest friend. Then I want you to be closer to me in that manner. Forget the children. That's why I was saying my dad and mom come out late together.
Wow. So this was a good conversation. So what we are saying is, I think we'll build up on this.
Yeah.
How different personalities affect how people respond to conflict, to issues, how issues escalate up to the point of, divorce and separation. We've both suffered separation, and we will come back and talk about it, because marriages are struggling. They are struggling, but it's not like they are hopeless. They do not have to end up in separation. They do not have to end up in divorce or in big fights. Yeah, but it gets to a point where a married couple would need a third party to come in to help them. But in my training and in our chaplaincy work, what we have realized is that this person who is invited in the marriage to help with conflict management is not supposed to be a relative. Yeah, it's good to go to a person who will not have a biasness. Yeah, because if we go to your side of the family, there will be biasness on you. They will be on your side. If you go to mine, they'll be on my side. But if you went to like a neutral person, like the pastor or our best couple, or a mutual friend who is a friend of marriage and wants our marriage to work, then they can help us walk through the journey. And you need somebody who is in marriage, not someone who...
I know those ones.
So, yes.
A friend of mine, when we were in the youth, used to be called by couples. No, he used to visit couples who are fighting.
And he's not married.
He's not married.
Exactly.
Now, wait. You tell me your part.
No. You need somebody who is married, someone who is in it. Because like us, we are talking to you. We are telling you, I'm saying outrightly, and you're saying outrightly how how we are and how we handle our issues, and we've failed in many ways and others we've conquered. But we know when there is an issue and there's a conflict, the issue does not define our relationship. We are still
You should put the issue
aside, yeah,
and the two of you step out and look at the
and
issue.
look at the issue and say, okay, this is the issue. How do we resolve it?
Yeah.
What do we do about this? It's bothering us. It's coming in between the two of us. So what do we do about it?
Yeah, that's another level of maturity. It's
Yeah.
important to
Yeah.
think about it and talk about it as well.
Mm.
I can imagine, but every stage, as you're saying, has a way of handling it. Every stage is a part of growth. You don't have to repeat what you left behind. If you handle things the same way you handled it last time, you're not growing.
Yeah.
And even if what you repeat comes the same way it came last time, you're not growing.
Mm-mm.
It better change. At least say, yes, this time, man, at least you are a little bit, but still here you messed up. Let it change. Let it see. Let's see you are growing.
Yeah.
Growth is important in a marriage.
Yeah.
Growth actually allows everyone now to have freshness.
Yeah. And to also see that there is hope.
There's hope.
Yeah. If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, I'll start feeling like we are hopeless. We're not growing, we're not progressing. Yeah, we're just mark timing.
You need that freshness because you see, every time you feel this, we are fresh. Okay, this is a new one. We didn't see it this way. Now we grow together.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, you want to tell people to subscribe?
Yes, please. We are asking, pleading with you guys. We've noticed so many people are online.
Yeah, majority of the people who watch are not subscribers. Yeah. We are growing slowly. It's very slow, guys.
It's very slow, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I know the more we get involved, you get watching into this podcast and you learn more. You get to learn more.
Yeah.
The same way you can share, you can subscribe, you can like, comment.
Yeah.
We grow together. Yes, please subscribe,
share, like, comment. Yeah. Send the video to your friends, to friends of marriages, people who are struggling with marriage, and we'll be able to walk through with you guys. And we do speak in couples engagements.
Yes, we do.
In marriage seminars and all that. I help work with people, with single moms, with married couples. We do it together. So in case you have a speaking engagement, you have a couple seminar or conference, and you would want a couple who would come to talk to you. As we've failed before, and we say this is a second chance in life and in marriage. So we've been there, and I wouldn't wish divorce or separation for anyone. It's not pleasant. So this is redemption. The Rukenya'S this is redemption and grace.
Yes.
And so because this is grace and redemption and just the love of God, we want to share it with you guys. So feel free to get in touch with us. Our contacts are here. Just have a look at them. See how you can get in touch with us. And we'll be able to work with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching through. I hope we'll catch up next time.
Yeah.
You'll see what will come out next time.
Yeah. We'll build up on conflicts.
All right.
Conflict. Yeah. We'll build up on this.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Ciao.
Ciao.